Hi everyone. So last video we had, I think, was taking out the Quadrajet out of the RV, which is situated over yonder, as you can see, out in the front yard there. And so took it off because it backfired a couple times. Neighbor, none too happy after repeated backfires. So, you know, got the po-po called on me. But anyway, so this is what I've got now. I've got just spent about a week or so at Bill's Discount Carburetor. That is, see if we can even see that here. That is, I don't know if you can even see that or not. I'll zoom in on Bill's Discount Carburetor. It is 819 Carswell Avenue in Holly Hill, Florida. I'll put a link in the video in the description. Great guy. Known him for a few years, since the last RV fiasco on the 77 Tioga. Did a great job replacing the Carter 2-barrel on that. I mean, it worked like magic. I mean, the old one was crapped out. We put the one, he literally swapped it off the shelf and put that in, and other than the main bearings on the engine that these other guys swapped out for me and never checked, she started up great. It ran great. Just wouldn't keep oil pressure. So that kind of ended that story. But anyways, so this is the returned, rebuilt Rochester Quadrajet. I'm assuming this is actually my Carb. Boy, it looks really good. I mean, I can see it looks, he's repainted it. He's definitely cleaned it up and repainted the body. Yeah, I mean, he's literally taken this whole thing apart, because you can see some of the, here's the old flat valves here, butterfly valves. And he's got some new internals in there. I see that as well, which is cool. I can't see so well down into the mains, but it looks like he's got, yeah, he's got new jets. You can barely see him down in there. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I flipped the wrong thing. I'm trying to do the focus. The focus isn't working so well. Probably should have had it on macro. In any case, there's new jets down in there. I can see them. So close that flap valve there. He's cleaned up some of the linkages, which is really cool. Thought that was nice. That was probably I don't know if he painted it or it's a new one. Definitely a new vacuum valve here, vacuum assist valve, which is cool. So that's all on there, all hooked up and ready to go. New filter. Cleaned up, even cleaned up the choke of the body of the choke, which is cool. I'm going to just carefully turn it here. So, I mean, he's done a really nice job cleaning it up. Obviously, new gaskets. Got everything back together. And underside looks great. And you can see here where he's, I'm going to just be real careful turning this over, but I'm going to show it to you. You can see here he's got, see, he's resealed these back here, and he's opened up, these were sealed, factory sealed. He was like amazed when I told him it was still sealed up. So he's obviously opened these up to adjust the idle mixture screws, which is cool. Some new inputs here for the vacuum lines. He's put new ones, you know, tamped new ones in. So, you know, this should be ready to go as long as I can remember how to reinstall it. So that's going to be a fun project, which I will take a video of as I'm doing it. I may have some assistance with that with my son number 2 to help me do that. I also got a new gasket, a spreadboard gasket for it, because the old one's pretty kind of warped. That's the way it was when they pulled it out, and you can see it's kind of twisted. It was not laying flat. I didn't put anything on this. This is just the way, you can see it's kind of wobbly. So this is long overdue to get replaced. Probably was not sealing 100% either. So with this new one, I'm hoping between that I won't have any vacuum leaks or air leaks, and we'll be in good to go. So stay tuned. Again, I'm going to continue on with this video. Just going to take a brief break. Well, here we are. I'm going to switch hands on my flashlight here, just so I can get in here. But as you can see, the Quadrajet is installed, and had to do the various vacuum lines like this one down here, and I also had to jimmy rig a little bit of a cotter pin slash clip here on the throttle cable. The circlip I still had, which is awesome. As you can see here, this Quadrajet looks pretty crazy gold color against the black, but hey, it's there. I've got the choke lead, 12 volt lead for the choke. I'm going to get over here a little bit, climb over the top of it. I put some Teflon tape rated for gasoline on the fuel line, intake fuel line. I've got the vacuum line hooked up here, which is going to operate the override. Well, I didn't say override, but it pretty much keeps you from going full bore till the engine's warmed up. So you've got the control rod here, this vacuum line. Once it sucks it in, it pushes it this way. Let me try that again. If that goes in, because due to section, it basically won't let you open up the extra 2 barrels in the carburetor. There we go, and that's working better than it was. So you got the primaries there, and the so here we go. So yeah, so it's looking pretty good here. So we're doing pretty well. Well, here we are. It's daytime actually outside. Thank goodness the weather has changed for the better, which is wonderful. And I have managed to install the carburetor, as you can see here. Thank goodness for the adjustable camera with the light. So I got the bracket put on. I've got the couplings for the throttle on here. I've got the various vacuum lines. I have the, let me get in here. I got the fuel line reconnected. This other line here. I've got this little thing here. I replaced a section of vacuum hose, but it's way too small. So I got a larger one I can stick on here. Just bought at the shop. So I'll put that on. I had to retighten these bolts down twice. It seems like when I came back here, I can't remember if I never really tightened them down the first time or what, but I definitely snugged them down again to make sure that this is really seated properly on the manifold, because I don't want air leaks from underneath the carburetor, between the manifold and the carburetor. That certainly wouldn't help things. So once I get a hold of my neighbor here, I'm going to let him know that I'm going to try to fire this up and to plug their ears, because I don't know if it's going to backfire or not. I think Bill's skills are adequate to the task to have this this vehicle start right up, but you know, like, my luck has not been that great, so I don't want to assume. So stay tuned. I'm gonna talk to the neighbor here, let him know, and then I'm gonna get cranking on this thing, see how she does. Well, it's been like monsoon season here the last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. A lot of rain, and things have greened up quite a bit, but I've got to tell you, we've had like a lot of water and everything else, and it's just, oh, it's been really fun trying to get stuff done here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift up the lid yet again. Stick my little prop stick down here, get that going. So I've checked for vacuum leaks and whatnot. Trying to see what is going on here. Just going around going, hey, what, maybe, you know, that might be a vacuum leak there too, right? Gotta plug that with something. Don't know what I'm gonna plug it with. Be nice if I had a bolt or some crazy thing that I could stick in there, but it's probably, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We'll just put a battery in there. No, that's kind of crazy, but what the heck? I'm just going to shove a battery in it. No, it's too big for a battery. Can't do that. Gotta look for something I can put in there, maybe a pen or something. I don't know. Pen. Oh, there's ants in here. Oh, that's great. Got some carpenter ants apparently making the rounds in here. Because I've been parked under the tree for a while. In any case. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get this bad boy up and running. Jeepers, you think about a pencil or something, right? Looks like a pencil. Alright. Is a pencil sticking there? Well, pencil goes in, but wow, that's like crazy. Doesn't really. Alright, we'll do that for now. I know this is really stupid, but I just need to plug vacuum lines up enough to get this thing running, because there's some sort of apparently a vacuum leak, but I won't know until I try to start her up again. I've charged the battery over the last day. The battery was pretty much dead. I had to do the emergency start repeatedly to get her to go. So there we go. We're going to put the key in. Looks like the battery's charged up for the most part. Oh, well, son of a gun. Uh-oh. I'm going to pull this pencil out. That wasn't like that before. Oh, this is really frustrating. Please don't backfire, please don't backfire. Please don't backfire. Come on. Stay running. You see there's something going on here. As she warms up and the choke starts to open, all of a sudden it picks up. The RPMs pick up suddenly. I gotta back off the gas. My foot on the gas just a little bit. Just a little bit. These about 1800, 1900 RPM. Alternator squeal like a son of a gun. Wow. After I charge the battery for like a day. the battery was like at 3.5 volts. I backed off a little bit off of the keep having to give it gas, otherwise it dies. And she dies. Then she just dies. And that's what she does. Lovely. So I get this, so I turn it off, turn it back on. And she does that. Or she just does not. I know there's probably a stupid, simple reason why it's doing it. Keep giving her gas in order for her not to stall. Baloney. Didn't have to do that. I get keep her sitting like right about there. Oh, and then she backfires up through the. You saw that, backfires up through the carburetor. Not too happy with that, obviously. Anyways, that's what I got doing there for the troubleshooting. Isn't that wonderful?